feels like such a ASMR thing to do. It is raining on and off, and it is Sunday, the 15th of March. And you know what we do on Sundays? We do an ASMR show and tell, featuring three items which represent the stories and memories from the previous week, or this week. My voice tried to come out there, sorry about that. Okay, where should we start? I think I'm gonna start with this tape. This tape. It's quite fun because I've got a little microphone here. There is one piece. The reason why I have chosen some blue washi tape, for my first item is because I used this washi tape to wrap my mum's birthday and Mother's Day presents. Happy Mother's Day to any mums out there. Sending love. You guys work very hard, so you know, big up the mums. And of course, if you don't celebrate Mother's Day for various different reasons, I hope that you had a nice weekend. For my mum's birthday, I got her a bottle of rose Prosecco, or pink Prosecco, because she loves pink Prosecco. And I got her a book, a Stanley Tucci book, who is a chef and was an actor for a little bit, I believe. We watched his cooking show together and it was really interesting. So, you know, and she really likes reading, so I thought that I would, my voice keeps trying to come out, I thought that it would be cool to get her his autobiography, and she said that she really enjoyed the first Stanley Tucci autobiography that I got her for Christmas. So I decided to get his other autobiography book, which I think is the second one, or like the most recent book that he wrote, for her. So it's like, you know, she has the second one. And yeah, I think she was excited about that. And I got her a jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw, because she really was her birthday presents, and for Mother's Day I got her a little bottle of regular Prosecco, you know, just the little ones, and some Lindt chocolate eggs, and a hand cream from the Body Shop, and a little perfume oil, also from the Body Shop, that was the same scent as the hand cream. Yes. Today, for Mother's Day, we went to a restaurant, and the food was really tasty. I won't speak about the food just in case my stomach rumbles, because it's actually been doing that a lot in my videos. I don't know why, but yeah, I guess I'm just going through a hungry phase or something. But yeah, this is the tape that I used to wrap her presents with. I really love visual triggers, so I kind of do that a bit randomly sometimes. Okay, also love the sound that this makes. Right, that was item number 1. Okay, this is kind of in relation to Mother's Day, because the second item is something that I got today on Mother's Day, because we met up with my grandma, my dad's mum and dad today at the same restaurant, and my grandma is really crafty and creative. She's really good at arts and crafts and making birthday cards for people, and one of her latest craft explorations was making blind boxes. So, you know, secret mystery boxes where people hide different toys or different things in these boxes, and it's a mystery as to which one you will get. And she made the boxes, made the little booklets that give you information about the character that you've got. She made the signs and little artworks printed on the box. She didn't make the toys. I think she got the toys from Amazon, but I just like she's just very, very creative, and she had 2 of these mystery boxes left because I think she was selling them at the church that she goes to, and she gave the last 2 boxes to me and my sister today. So we're gonna do a little mystery box unboxing. I already know what character is in here because I opened it in the restaurant. This is what the box looks like. It says Happy Easter with a little rabbit, and it says surprise. special mini character, and what do they like? Open the box and find out, with a little rabbit and some flowers. Not suitable for children under 36 months. The box is a greenish colour. I should mention that the toys hidden in these boxes are squishy animal toys. The toy was wrapped in this tissue paper with a flower sticker. And this is the toy. It is squishy. I wonder what sounds this will make. It is very squishy. Squish, squish, squish. This is I think it is a cheetah or a leopard or some kind of tiger. And it comes with a little mystery notebook, which my grandma also made. This particular squishy toy is called Bramble Boo, and it likes hiding in leaves and pretending to roar. I just love when people make crafty things and they think about the little details. It also came with a secret chocolate egg. My grandma hid these chocolate eggs in some of the blind boxes or mystery boxes as a bonus. So not every box has these inside, but my one did. That was kind of like multiple items being shown in one go there. But the main event is this. And I'm sharing that with you because my grandma gave that to me and my sister today, as she had 2 boxes left from the ones that she sold at her church thing. Surprise. When me and my family went out for this Mother's Day meal, there were a lot of people celebrating because people in the UK and maybe elsewhere are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'm pretty sure St. Patrick's Day is next week, but because it's the weekend today and yesterday, the celebrations and the parades were being held today, so it was very, very busy. There was a football match on, there was a St. Patrick's Day parade, and people were going out for Mother's Day, so the tram was very busy, but I survived it, and I'm very proud of myself for that because I usually struggle with anxiety on public transport. So I'm feeling very happy that I was able to manage the busy tram and that everything turned out okay, and I managed to keep my anxiety in check. Okay. The last item might seem quite random, but I chose it because there is something that I really want to speak about in this show and tell, because it's probably one of the most important aspects of this week, or something that I did this week, and I don't really have any souvenirs or items to present for that story, but I do have one souvenir that I took from the place that I'm going to be telling you about, but it is going to seem quite random and it might actually create similar sounds to the toy that I just showed you, but this is item number 3, and wait, sorry for the suspense. Before I show you my 3rd and final item, I would like you, whoever is watching or listening to this, to lower your shoulders. If your shoulders are tense or hunched or raised, lower them. Lower them. Okay. Now that we have released some tension from our bodies, I will show you the final item. Some of you may not know what these are. Oh gosh, I've really squished them. I thought they would go back into shape. These are earplugs. Earplugs. Quite a quiet sound. I don't really know if the microphone is picking up much sound here. Oh, and there's fluff on it. Okay. The reason why I'm showing you two green earplugs. Wait a sec. Earplugs are these like foamy things that you can put in your ear. You kind of twist the end so that it fits in, and then you put it in like that, and it helps to block sound if you're in a noisy environment. The reason why this is my final item or items for today's show and tell is because I started a DJ course. I started a DJ course this week. And yeah, I got these from that DJ course. They were just in a big jar for anyone who wanted them. I've not actually used these, they've not actually been in my ear. But I brought them home anyway as a little souvenir. I wanted to talk about this because if I were to reflect on what I would tell you guys about in relation to what's happened the past week, it would make sense to talk about the DJ course because that's what I spent the majority of last week doing. There wasn't really much time to do other things because that took up most of my time. But I am not complaining because I am enjoying it so much. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise, that's just my parents doing things outside my room. Yes, I am really... Oh, the rain is really going now. I hope you can still hear me. Actually, if I look to the side, I'm looking at a computer software right now, which is a software that DJs often use to load their songs into and format them correctly and make sure that the beats are all lined up. This sounds a bit boring, but I feel like doing this course has given me my spark back. Quite a dramatic thing to say, I know, but I just feel so alive and I feel so much excitement. I remember when I was coming home from the course on Friday, I think I was on the train that day, and that train journey went by so quickly. I actually live quite far away from where the course is being held, so it's quite a long journey to get there. But that train journey felt like 5 minutes because I was like making notes and revising the stuff that I was taught that day in the course, and I was thinking about all of the songs that I want to play for my performance, because the course ends with a DJ performance. I'll get onto that. So yeah, I was just kind of like planning out what songs I want to choose and how to transition from one song to the other, and key matching and all this stuff. Just a little fun fact, a lot of DJs will spend a lot of time pre-planning their performances because some songs have keys or notes that work better with other songs than others. So for example, if I have 2 songs that are both in the key of A minor, which this is in relation to music theory, and they have the same BPM, beats per minute, or like tempo, if the beat is the same and the sound is the same because they have the same key, they're in the same key, then I know that those 2 songs will transition very well together. But if you transition songs that are in different keys and those keys don't work well with each other, and if the BPMs or the tempo is really different between the 2 songs, those songs probably wouldn't work well to be like transitioned into each other. So there's a lot of pre-planning, and to be honest, I do not know a lot about music theory, so it's a lot for me to learn about. But yeah, on this train journey home, I just got so excited thinking about like researching all of my favorite songs and what key they're in and what their BPM is, and trying to figure out what songs can be like faded into each other, and thinking of all these creative things like the instruments, like the instrumental background of this track would be really cool if like the vocals faded out and then the instrumental was louder, and then I faded that into a completely different song, but they mesh really well together. And then at the last moment, as I'm fading these songs between each other, I do like a bass swap where you like suddenly flip the bass over. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, I was making loads of notes on my phone about what transitions would work well between different songs, and I just felt so alive. I really enjoyed this activity. I feel like it's something that I do anyway when I'm listening to music. I like to think about what songs work well with each other or sound similar to each other, and I've always wanted to learn how DJs mash songs together, so I'm so grateful and excited that I'm in a course that is allowing me to learn how to do that. It kind of feels like I'm fulfilling a childhood or a teenagehood dream by doing this course, and as someone who has not taken their passions or dreams very seriously growing up, it feels very refreshing to finally allow myself to pursue the thing that I always wanted to pursue, but I just didn't for different reasons. It's like I've been craving this for so many years now, and I'm finally studying or learning about something that I've always wanted to learn about. So it makes me feel like I'm listening to my heart for once, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think the people around me might have thought I was crazy. Or they might have thought that I was under the influence of something. I wasn't. But I was like, it felt like my brain was, like the cogs were turning really quickly, and I was like going on my phone, and then I was looking up, and then I was going on my phone, and I was typing at the speed of light. Trying to like map out all of the ideas that I had and get them out of my brain onto the notes app on my phone. And I was just like so excited and buzzing with energy, and I was like tapping my leg in time to the music that I was listening to as I was making these plans for my DJ set or DJ performance. And there was a point where I looked up from my phone and I could feel, or I could see people watching me. Looking back, they probably thought I was crazy, but I was just so excited. And yeah, like that train journey felt like 5 minutes, and I don't know, it's just so nice to feel such a strong enjoyment in something after maybe not really feeling that. Anyways, I don't know, what am I saying? Yeah, so I felt like that would be a really important thing to talk about in this week's show and tell, because that has been quite a prevalent aspect of this week, both because it took up most of my time, but also because I felt a really big shift in myself and my mental health and my personality whilst doing this course. It's almost like, why didn't I do this course earlier? You know, I've been wanting to feel this way for years, but I know that everyone, I feel like I keep switching from whispering to speaking. I think it's because I'm quite excited to speak about this. I know everyone is on their own timeline, and there are very specific reasons as to why I am doing this course now, because different things in life happened in a certain order, which have now led me to this point. So I couldn't really have imagined it being any different. But yeah, I don't know. Do I need to think about pursuing DJing now? I don't know. I don't think I'm any good at it. Don't get me wrong, during the first couple days of the course, I think there was one day where I got a bit emotional because I was really struggling to understand something. I think it takes me a lot longer to understand things than the average person. I know that DJing, there's quite a lot to take in, right? So I guess everyone is a beginner and trying to grasp things, but at school I always was a lot slower to learn things and to finish things in comparison to my friends. So that's something that I've always been a bit insecure about, and I think there was just one day where I could not grasp something and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't grasp it or what I needed to do to understand it. I think I just was a bit like a deer in the headlights. So I think I got a bit frustrated that day and just a bit sensory overwhelm, because there's lots of music playing all the time because everyone is practicing on the decks. And I was there was so much noise and music happening in my headphones, and I couldn't figure out how to if there's there's any DJs out there, I was practicing beat matching, which is a technique where you match the beat of two songs together, and I was having a really hard time trying to get these two songs to match up because they were so different, completely different genres. There was so much like noise, and maybe with ADHD it was like quite hard to focus. So yeah, I think I just got a little bit frustrated at that point, but I don't want to be talking about negative things because this is like a really positive thing that I wanted to talk about in this show and tell. But yeah, I'm just saying that if there's anyone out there who is also a slow learner, I feel your pain. But the thing is, I think I'm a slow learner because I'm a very detailed thinker. I like to think about all of the details when I'm learning about something, and I'm someone who likes a plan. So, you know, I've given myself time, like after each day, I've just revised the stuff that we learned and done more research so that I can catch up with everyone else. And I think that has helped me. So, yeah, towards the start of the course, I was getting a bit worried, but towards the end of the week, I felt like some things were finally starting to click. I'm still a beginner, but yeah, I felt like I was like really able to enjoy myself towards the end of the week while studying this thing, and like the enjoyment that I felt was just like, I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss for words, to be honest. So yeah, I just hope that I will be able to improve my skills before the performance. It feels very impossible right now, but never say impossible. I just need some practice. But yeah, I've really fallen in love with this, so when the course ends, I really hope to continue learning how to DJ. I don't know how because the equipment is really expensive and I can't afford to buy DJ equipment right now. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel very grateful to have come across something new to learn about, and it genuinely feels so right to me. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. There's a reason why I called myself the ASMR Rambler. But yes, that is yeah, maybe one of the happiest moments that I've shared with you from all of my show and tell videos so far. I can't believe this is the third show and tell. It feels like yesterday when I filmed a show and tell video last week. Yeah, sorry, my mom just came in then. Yeah, that feels like a nice way to explain or show and tell what I've been up to this week. We have the earplugs for or representing the DJ course and all of the happiness and wonder that that has invoked. We have the mystery box with the squishy toy inside, which my grandma made and very kindly gave to me and my sister. And we have the sticky washi tape. Which I used to wrap celebrations from this week. I think I will end this show and tell here. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for your support during ASMaRch. I hope you guys are looking after yourselves and that you had a nice weekend. And I also hope that this week will be a good week, a lucky week for us all. Also guys, if any of you are into K-pop, he sung Leaving and Hyben. For anyone who's not into K-pop, there is a really famous Korean pop boy band or group called ENHYPEN, and there is a member who I guess is quite like a popular member from the group who just suddenly left. When members of K-pop groups leave the band, they usually give a lot of notice, but this was just like very, very sudden and very, very weird. Anyways, sorry, that was a tangent. It just felt like something to bring up. Yeah, very bizarre, but wishing him luck for his solo career. Yeah, hope he's okay. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna leave this video here, so I will see you guys